So, Seamilk, where are we right now?
We're in a hotel. We have a kind of a tradition of parking and driving inside of hotels and restaurants. Only in China.
Yeah, I don't think you could do this in the West.
We are in Jiangxi, by the way, a different province actually.
Yeah, we're currently on this a little bit of an adventure here and getting a bunch of videos done along the way. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about VPNs. You know, there's been a lot in the news, especially the international news, all about how there's this big VPN crackdown in China and that it's illegal and all that. And we're going to explain to you guys what VPNs are and the current state of VPNs here in China and, you know, what all the hubbub is about.
Let's get out of here.
Let's do it. So, Seamilk, welcome to rural Jiangxi.
Yep.
Watch out for the little kid.
Oh no, we don't want to hit that.
No, be terrible. We're robbing him of a very bright future.
Alright.
Yeah. So, VPNs. Now, I get this question a lot. You get it all the time as well. It's like, hey, how do you upload videos from China? I thought YouTube was banned in China.
I'm getting really sick of it, and I don't blame the people asking, but, you know, we got to answer this once and for all.
They see that guy.
Eating garbage.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes. Okay, now the way we upload is we use VPNs, virtual private networks.
Please just tell everyone what's a VPN.
It basically is like a tunnel. You connect to another computer overseas, okay? A server, or it can even be someone can set up a desktop for you. You connect to that computer and then you tell that computer to go and get the information and send it to you. So you're not reliant on asking the local DNS servers and the local sort of internet providers for your information. So you're basically just tunneling through to overseas, and then overseas is serving you, basically.
Why do you need a VPN?
Because without it, something like 70 to 80% of China's internet is blocked, right? I mean, the world's internet is blocked in China, so you can't access anything. And by anything, I mean anything. Name a site. Go ahead, name a site.
Google.
Blocked.
Gmail.
Blocked.
Facebook.
Blocked.
YouTube.
Blocked.
Squarespace.
Blocked.
Everything's blocked.
Instagram. Blocked.
Blocked.
Basically, it doesn't matter what it is, it's blocked. And, you know, it's infuriating if you're a foreigner and you rely on these services, especially like us. That's our livelihood, you know, YouTube, etc.
But China's trying to make their own domestic equivalents, which don't work very well. But for Chinese people, they don't know any better. So when we use things like Youku, I mean, it's just horrible.
Yes.
Use like Renren tried to replace Facebook. Terrible.
Yeah.
I can't think of any good Chinese equivalent for these things that have been blocked.
Totally, but I mean that's part of their whole strategy, is to give the business to the local companies. Anyway, we have to talk about VPNs a little, and in fact, there's a reason why SerpentZA am the first original China vlogger. Okay. I mean, okay, yes, I was the first person to start making videos on YouTube out of mainland China just by chance, because I happened to be living here when YouTube took off, you know. So I signed up in 2006 and I started to put videos up around about 2008, but I was kind of active on YouTube because it wasn't blocked here in China.
Right.
Then it suddenly got blocked in 2008, I believe it was. I'll put up the correct dates.
Okay.
It was blocked, and then just for a short while, then it was opened up again, and then it was blocked again, and it's never been opened up since.
Right.
Anyway, there was that period in the beginning where it was blocked, but because I have a background in IT, and I have some friends overseas, I asked them to help me set up a proxy server so that I could actually tunnel out and, you know, still upload to YouTube. So
yeah.
I was uploading when it was impossible for the average Joe to do it from within China, and I think that's what kind of cemented me as being the first person, you know, like in China to continue doing this sort of thing. I didn't give up, right? It's only been recent, and this is what you're going to talk about, is it's only been very recent that pay for VPNs have become popular. You know, there are a couple of big companies like Astral, Express VPN, Strong VPN, what's another one's like Panda Power, I think. There's all these other like VPN companies that you pay a monthly rate, or you could pay like a yearly rate and then get access to a VPN, but that was not available back then. So, how about you explain about these companies and how they're dealing with this whole new law, and maybe we could talk about the law too.
I'd like to get into the law. I'm a little bit worried about talking about that, but whatever, we're just going to do it anyway. So VPNs basically operate to get past the Great Firewall of China so that people can access things and also hide their, you know, IPs.
Hey,
like
Golden Shield
Golden
project.
Shield. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. The Golden Shield project, because we're going to keep all the bad stuff away from our glorious Chinese people. Anyway, long story short, VPN companies operate out of Hong Kong. They operate out of Seychelles, where Astral's from, actually, and a bunch of these smaller countries that kind of have a really high level of internet freedom. And basically, you pay. You know, I think I pay like $10 a month, but I have to pay for 2 VPNs because neither of them reliably are able to connect to servers. And the reason that is actually China sometimes decides to mess it all up. So a lot of people are under the false impression that the Chinese government's being thwarted by these VPNs, but actually the Chinese government allows these VPNs to exist because they can shut them down at any moment. But when they aren't happy about something, or there's some big national event like military parade or something, or you know the president's in town, something drastic happens where they know that they don't want anyone to access the outside world, they will stifle VPN access. They'll make it more difficult for you to connect to your favorite servers, and they'll come back after a while. And a big issue is that some of these companies can't afford to kind of pay. I'm assuming it's some sort of membership they have to pay to the government to allow them to exist, because I've seen smaller VPNs just be wiped off the map, whereas the bigger companies kind of stay afloat. And I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that's how it goes down. But at the end of the day, you know, the VPN companies get turned on and turned off all the time. And recently, the whole point of this video is that recently everyone keeps contacting me and they're like, I just read that China's banning the use of VPNs.
Yeah.
Like, there's no more VPNs that are going to be available anymore. And how are you going to get online? How are you going to post on YouTube? And before I delve into any of that news, it turned out to be fairly fake. Because what happened was they didn't ban the use of VPNs, they just require corporations to register to use them. So private foreigners, it is not illegal for foreigners in China privately to use them per se.
Yeah.
It does break some Chinese laws to access unfiltered internet, but for us, they'll never bother us about it. And you know, Winston and I are not a corporation. We don't have to register our company to be able to use said VPN. Anyway.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, you know, that's the thing. This whole, you know, you say that they need a membership or whatever. It's not really the case, because a lot of them, I mean, they don't need permission because they're in another country and people are accessing their services remotely. That's how they get around it. A lot of it is cat and mouse, and the reason why a lot of the VPNs fail is because they're just not technically good enough to, you know, keep up with the changes that are constantly implemented, because, you know, China doesn't want VPNs. They're constantly trying to stop VPNs in the way they work. The thing is, there are some legitimate companies that do need access to certain like sockets and, you know, tunnels and stuff, and so they can't just block that off completely, otherwise they jeopardize big business, you know.
Of course.
And that's the thing. These other VPN companies take advantage of the fact that some of these like protocols are open, but then China knows about it and they target specifically sets of IPs and stuff, and they do all sorts of things to try and like thwart the VPN companies, and the VPN companies will think of other ways around it, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, remember that snarky email that was sent out by Astral VPN telling everyone not to.
Club.
Yeah, don't be part of the dumb club. Stop telling everybody about what you're using and how you're using it. You know, like keep it a secret type thing.
Right.
So yeah, it's a very much a cat and mouse, and it's a grey area. It's an uncomfortable kind of a topic, and everyone keeps asking us about it. So I guess it's good that we can finally just tell everybody that yes, we use VPNs.
Yeah.
They are grey. They're kind of not supposed to be used, but as a foreigner, it's kind of all right. I think if a Chinese national were to use a VPN, they'd get into a lot more trouble than we would.
For sure.
You know, and that's how we get our videos out of China. Now, I don't doubt that there's going to come a time where it will be impossible for us to access, you know, the internet.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that, especially the way China's going, that they're going to reach a point where they just say screw it and they just block everything off.
Yeah, agreed.
And when that time comes, we'll find alternative ways to continue to upload. That's just the way we are. If we want to continue making videos and bringing it out to you guys out there, we will find a way.
Yeah, agreed.
Cool. I mean, that's pretty much the be-all and the end-all of this particular episode, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I mean, you guys can read. We'll put some links to some articles in the description about the state of the VPN. Some of the VPN companies actually released like
Public statements, yeah.
little press statements telling everybody what the deal is. So please go check them out if you're interested. And anything you'd like to tell our subscribers before we sign off here?
Whether you like to hide behind the golden shield and block yourself off from all the good stuff on the internet, or you like to be free and open like us and use a VPN to thwart this evil project, I implore you to like, comment, and subscribe.
Awesome. And if you're tech savvy, not tech savvy, if you are open-minded or closed-minded, either way, we love you all the same. So guys, you know the drill. As always, stay awesome.
Almost sing it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind